Alrighty, we're reviewing the Predator. Now, I've always been a major fan of the Predator, and I've always, oh, he's so cool, especially when an Alien versus Predator, when Predator was a good guy, I was so stoked, I was like, dude, he's a badass. And, you know, he's not like a low intelligence or whatever, you know, he's a hunter, and so that's what makes him different than the actual aliens and stuff like that. I think the best thing about that they did in this game with the Predator is that you don't run out of cloaking. Very few games you turn on like the cloaking or whatever and it runs out like a flashlight or some example or some power source like that. But in this one, your cloaking doesn't run out. However, when you do attack, your cloaking turns off. Obviously, that's not necessarily how it was in the movies, but if you stayed cloaked all the time, you know, it'd be extremely hard to kill the Predator and everyone would be in the back, okay, I don't want to be anybody else. But the Predator definitely moves when he starts running. He doesn't waste his time. He definitely books it. He's got some sweet melee attacks, but one of the most powerful things in the Predator's arsenal is the shoulder cannon. When you find it in the map, which you have to find it and locate it, it works extremely good. You have to be in one of your vision modes, but like say if you're in the alien vision mode, you have to do your lock on and then fire, which obviously most of the time kills them with one if you get the full lock on. If you don't get a full lock on, you can blast it, but it's better to get the lock on. Predator's attacks are good. You have your light ones for quick ones, and the heavy attack most of the time is a one-hit kill. Sometimes you may have to throw a quick one in there, but definitely his strength is obviously his visions, because you can switch the visions to see the different types, and his it's his vision and his cloaking. Then some of the disadvantages are the aliens can see a little outline of him, so that gives him away, and then your cloaking flickers a little bit for humans, but overall the Predator is definitely one of the dominant characters. I haven't quite decided yet if I like the Predator over the other ones yet, but I probably personally say for me he'll probably be one of my favorite, because when I play certain games like this or Modern Warfare, I like to use stealth a lot. I like to sneak on people. But Predator's his instant kill moves when you grab them are really fun. When you grab the humans, you grab them by the back of the neck and you lunge your spikes into their spine and kill them that way. But when you kill the aliens, you grab them by the face and you lunge the blades into their face and cut off the front of their face. So that's definitely fun. Other than the blast cannon, you can also get his throwing blade. That's what I know from the demo of the levels. But yeah, that's the Predator. Alrighty, now we're going to be looking at the humans. Obviously, a lot of people say, okay, when you can be Predator and Alien, why would you want to be a human? Yeah, well, I'm a big fan of the aliens and Predators, but humans do have their advantages. One disadvantage that they have is limited visibility. It's kind of dark, you only have your light. But one of their big benefits is the motion detector. And when you hear that beeping, it just brings back memories of anything. You're like, oh, I hear the motion detector. And the motion detector is good because it doesn't just work in front of you. It works in all directions, as you can see here. Another really big benefit about being in the humans is you can get different weapons. Also, besides the different weapons, you can also pick up life regenerations, whereas when you're the Predator or the Alien, you can't pick up the health regenerations. But you do have to find them. You can't just heal yourself. You get flamethrowers. You can use the flamethrowers to kill them really quick, so that's good. And then the primary fires, like with the blast cannon, you can go pick up noob tubes, the explosive bullets for that, which is good. And also, the Predator and the Alien, they do die like you would shoot them realistic. It's not like, okay, you have to put 3 Lancer clips into one guy, or blast cannons, and to kill them. So obviously when you shoot them, they start dying, but obviously they have their benefits. In free-for-all or deathmatch, I think being a human has a big disadvantage because a lot of them can sneak up behind you and execute you. But I think when you come to actual team deathmatch, when you're the humans, I think you'll have a good advantage, because if you guys work together, you can actually use your rifles to kill them at a far distance. One tip that I say being a human is don't let the aliens or predators, first of all, get behind you to execute you, and second of all, don't let them get within 2 feet of you, because once they get in 2 feet, you're pretty much screwed. You can try to melee them off, but it's extremely hard to do. So basically what I suggest is, you know, keep them at a long range and shoot at them. What I found out which worked pretty well for me is when I'm walking down certain hallways, if you know you're clear in front of you, is to walk backwards because you can always shoot them. And obviously the humans have a whole lot less more mobility than the Predator and the Alien. So that's the human section. Okay, now we're looking at the alien's species. Obviously, one of the first things you find out when you're beating them is you get to haul ass. Obviously, that's one thing that's always is a big concern. Obviously, when you're watching movies like Alien and they're booking it down the hallway hella quick and you can jump fast and respond and jump on, you know, when you play a lot of games don't do it. They're like, okay, let's make them stay on the ground. Whereas this one, when you run, you get to book it down hallways, and it's not like, okay, run 3 feet and stop like Modern Warfare. When you book it like the aliens do. You get to run a lot further and a lot faster than the Predator and the humans, which is good. The view when you're running is exactly like the movies, which for you Alien fans like me, you just love it because you're like, oh, I get to be the actual alien. And you know, most of the time, a lot of people are like, oh, I like Predator better, but obviously, you gotta respect the Alien for what it is, and you get to run, and you can jump and attack a far distance. And I also love it, too, is when you use the heavy attack, is it's pretty much one-hit kill because you lunge your tail into them like it would be. You know, obviously, if you're human, you get impaled by the alien's tail, you're gonna die. So, that's one thing I definitely respected. I also respected that you weren't stuck to being on the ground, like you run around like a dog. You're actually an alien. You run up to a wall, you want to go up it, you run up the wall, you run on the ceiling. Sometimes it gets a little complicated running around all the different stuff, but you latch onto the walls, which is good, especially if you're getting shot at. Like a human, you can move fast enough that if you don't get killed, you can book it away quick enough and try to, you know, get your bearings again and then try to back at them again. The only bad thing is you have kind of limited view too, but also, you can sense and see stuff a little bit better. I'd say the viewing on the Alien is probably better than the humans, but the one thing about it is you move really fast, so you have to have really quick reactions when you're killing people. But yeah, they're definitely quick and stuff like that. So one thing you can do is when you see people down a hallway, you can definitely run at them really quick and get the attack. And you're low, so they have to look down to shoot you. So that's one of the benefits, but I'd say the two strongest things is the speed that you can be with the aliens and that you can crawl on the walls, no questions about it. And also when you do the executions, it's extremely fun. Like you can jump on their backs and bite their heads off or lunge your tails through it. So when we sum up the aliens, the benefit is the speed and crawl on the walls, and the disadvantage is you're pretty much limited to all melee attacks. But other than that, the alien is definitely some character that, you know, I would probably say is right up there. I'd say all characters are equally with each other. They all have their ups and downs.